What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld, and what we're going to be talking about today is Golden Ticket JuJu Smith-Schuster. Now, just so that you guys understand something, it's very, very rare that a Golden Ticket has been released this year that's been decent. You know what I'm saying? That's been good to where it's like, all right, some of them were just like, yo, you know what? We'll just go with it for whatever reason. It is what it is. But we're going to go ahead and discuss some of the pros and the cons of JuJu Smith-Schuster. Now, in Madden 18, right? One of the bigger things that people have been doing as of late, that's been more ongoing, has been the high pass, right? So JuJu Smith is 6'2". So people are asking me, what do I think about him? Now, it depends. It all depends on what you want to do. What is your scheme? Okay, do you throw the ball deep a lot? What do you do? It all depends on that, because if you're like me and you just don't care anymore and you're coming out and you just are in an outrageous rage, what's going to happen is this. You're going to be looking for cards with specific heights and speed. Now, the Golden Ticket version of JuJu Smith has a 97 speed, but he has toughness chem because the guy that made the card has a brain. So look what's going to happen, right? If you are fortunate enough to have a John Madden coach, he's going to be a 99 speed. But just keep in mind, though, Randy Moss is also, he would also be a 99 speed. This is why they're keeping them from getting to that higher speed, because they're forcing people to try to get John Madden coach or do the things that would get you a John Madden coach. If you guys don't understand what's going on. That's why EA hasn't been releasing a lot of cards that just go to 99 speed. You know, Barry Sanders is one of the rare few that you can just use the toughness chem and he'll go to 99. Other than that, everybody else, you got to go through loops, and it's really, really crazy. But anyway, Golden Ticket, let's go over some of the stats, all right? The speed is a 97, but he has toughness chem, so that'll easily be a 98. You guys should be able to do that. Catching goes to a 98 from a 93. We all know that even if he had 40 catching, he would catch the ball the same way. He's going to drop wide open possession catches. He's going to do a lot of weird things. That's just part of the gameplay. Elusiveness goes from 94 to 95. Spectacular catch goes to 93. You want to know why that goes to 93? And that's it, and nobody really cares about spectacular catch anymore? It's simply because Madden 16 was so bad when it came to spectacular catch that EA over the next couple years decided to continue to tone it down to the point now where it's like nobody cares about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tell you this right now, right? Like, Calvin Johnson will jump up every now and again and do a weird catch, but it's not really in the game like that because the EA developers got a lot of heat for that. Because you got to remember, because of the competitive mode and the people playing on Twitch, and it's becoming something that people are watching, when you go to ESPN and these other channels and people see it, they ask questions. And then sometimes it gets back to the guys that are above the guys that are making the game. Like, yo, why is the punter doing the OBJ catch? See, things like that, that starts to get crazy. And then EA doesn't know what to do, so they just take away everything. But then they still put the numbers there. So that's one of the reasons why he only increased it by 2. That's not a big deal. I wouldn't care if the spectacular catch wasn't in the 90s, because I know spec catch doesn't mean anything in Madden 18. They're going to do what they're going to do regardless, and it's an animation-based game, so you have to deal with the outcome yourself. Doesn't matter about anything else. Now, the release is an 89 from an 85. This guy is really, really smart. The guy that made this Golden Ticket, he's really, really smart because he understands that release absolutely 100%. Like, it doesn't have to be at a certain level. It does mean something, but it doesn't have to be at a certain level. Let me explain that, right? The 85 release, let me just go right here and show you this right here. Calvin Johnson, right? Calvin Johnson releases a 97. I played a guy recently that pressed him into the ground, bro. He pressed him into the turf, like his body was under the turf. And I forgot who it was, but it doesn't really matter who it was. The bottom line is he has that kind of release. He's a big body guy, but the game itself doesn't really, once you're like an 85 and up, in my opinion, they all do the same things because they're going to beat the press the same way and do a lot of the same things that, somebody otherwise that's maybe like in the 70s, he'll get pressed a little bit harder. But like I said, even the high 90s gets pressed into the dirt. Okay, so understand that as we go forward with this whole situation, that the reasoning behind why he decided to leave certain attributes, which is extremely smart with his Golden Ticket, is to make sure that he added it to other things to just make the card better. Route running, 96. Now, for most routes, route running it doesn't even matter. But if you run like specific C routes, you're doing outs, if you're doing certain routes that you have a scheme with, route running matters. Okay. If you're like me at this point in the year, I don't care, I'm throwing streaks, doesn't matter. Send him on the streak, yo, God bless you, bro. Do you make it? You didn't make it? Whatever. And that's it. And like I said, having a 98 speed is going to have some benefits, but remember, when you high pass him, he's only 6'2". So sometimes it'll be overthrown by your quarterback. And it's not on JuJu Smith. You're just going to have to time the ball a little bit more because remember, when they come out playing these zones, you're not supposed to beat the zone. That's what EA tried to do. They tried to make the game non-realistic. It's sort of like this, right? If you've played real football, you know you can burn someone in zone if they make a wrong move. Not in online gameplay. If you play solos, you'll be able to get away with it with solos. Okay? Solos will allow you to how can I explain it? They will allow you to get past the defender in zone. If they're running straight and they like get level, you'll be able to get past them. With online gameplay, they'll do weird things like they'll either bump you or they'll wiggle around in front of you and you'll be trying to get around them the whole time and you'll never get anywhere. Very, very stupid glitch that's been in the game since they initially patched it in 16. And for some reason, nobody's noticing it and it just keeps going on into other Madden. So more than likely, it'll be in Madden 19 as well. Catching traffic, he went from 92 to 97. That's something that I have an issue with, but it makes the card look prettier. But we all know it doesn't matter. We all know it doesn't matter what his catch and traffic rating is. The man is going to drop the ball by himself wide open. Okay? And then jumping, which is another stat that's stupid, he goes from a 93 to a 96. Now, that's the way the golden ticket is. But like I said, the biggest aspect of it, he has ×3 go deep, and he has toughness, and then he has playmaker, and he has never stumble. So wide receiver with the never stumble, that's kind of glitchy. So what I'm saying is, based on all the golden tickets we've seen thus far, we have to give this guy a little bit of credit, bro. Like, understand this, right? I'm going to let you guys know how I feel about the card. And if the guy just completely just went bonkers, like the guy that made Cam Newton, I'm going to let you know the guy went bonkers. This guy, he understands what the game's about. He's probably a Steeler fan, and he wanted to give JuJu Smith a really decent card. But again, you see, the issue that I'm having is this. If you understand the mechanics of the game and you want to make a wide receiver, the number one thing you should be going for is height and speed. So that's my only issue. 6'2", like I said, you might have a scheme like most of these idiots that run around, you throwing drags, you're a moron, and you're coming out in bunch, and then, you got the post with the drag, and then 3 drags, and all kinds of drags with the drag. If you're playing like that, these cards are beautiful, okay? Really, really good. If you're going deep, though, you're looking for a Calvin Johnson. You're looking for, a Carmichael. You're looking for a Randy Moss. Those are the things that you're really looking for, okay? But again, there's a lot of different ways to utilize this JuJu Smith. Like, it's not a situation to where it's like, all right, you know what? I can't use him, whatever like that. I wouldn't buy him, okay? I understand, like, with the playmaker, all that stuff, he has never stuff. I wouldn't buy him because, like I said, I'm not going to spend that much money on a card that's not my outside receiver because I'm throwing the ball deep and I don't care about anything when I'm doing it. I need the tallest receivers there in that position to make sure that, I'm going to successfully be able to do that. If I can't do that, that's going to hurt me. You see what I'm saying? If I don't have a receiver that fits my scheme, it's going to hurt me. So my receivers are going to fit my scheme. This is a situation that I need you guys to understand. When you go ahead and you start doing what everybody else is doing, oh, JuJu Smith, whatever, this and that, it's on you what the outcome is, okay? I got big receivers. The only guy that I hate on my team at wide receiver right now is this guy, Demaryius Thomas. Wait a minute, why isn't Ross in as a third receiver? I got to put Ross back in the game because I don't have 4 receivers out there. What happens if that guy gets tired? All right, so look. Pretty much right here, right? We got John Ross there. He's our 4th receiver, but he's just the guy that we put in, if, once everybody gets tired and usually the defense doesn't call a timeout, we'll just send him on a streak. He has a 98 speed. More than likely, he gets past them because I kind of wear down the defense with my bigger guys, Calvin Johnson and Harold Carmichael. They get tired. I'll sub him in fresh. Dude will go in there and put in work right quick. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just another type of system because like I said, if I'm not running running some running plays, I'm going deep every play. So with JuJu Smith, if you have a guy that's pressing you in man coverage, you're gonna eat. You're gonna eat all day. You know what I'm saying? But if you have an idiot that usually most 98% of the online guys are that are running cover 4 drop and dumb zones that for some reason you just can't get behind, if you try to high pass the deep ball, he's not going to catch it most of the time. Okay? Because like I said, when I started doing this high pass, I tried it out. I started out with 6-foot receivers. Then I went 6'1". I went 6'2". I went 6. You know what I'm saying? So I tried to figure out where it is, and it seems like Randy Moss. A lot of the times Randy Moss is going to overthrow Randy Moss, and he's 6'4". So that's why Calvin Johnson is still here and Randy Moss isn't. You see what I'm saying? Like you guys have to understand. There's always a method to my madness, and I'm going to always try to explain it to you so you can understand exactly what I'm doing. So because of the height differential, that 1 inch. EA makes them that much bigger. So Carmichael is 6'8". This guy is, like I said, he's 6'5". If a guy is coming out and doing foolishness and I high pass a deep ball, I'm gonna be more likely to catch it with these guys than JuJu Smith, even with his speed, because the speed, it'll correlate with the way the defender will play it. EA will make the defender that's in the zone coverage, even if he's a lot slower, stay with him because of the whole height differential. So when you high pass it, it'll be like a pass interference animation where they don't call pass interference in online gameplay. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you would have to deal with. So all in all, if you're looking for, if you're a Steeler fan, you got to definitely get him. You got to show him love. But again, the speed is beautiful, but he's 6'2". So if you're throwing the high passes, he's going to be, he's going to be more prone to drop it. Like I said, I got rid of Randy Moss at 6'4" with a 98 speed simply because of that. Simply because he sometimes he doesn't catch it as much as Calvin Johnson does. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I got rid of him. But in your case, if you're running like a decent scheme, you're running post routes, you're running C routes, out routes, drag, stuff like that. You're trying to run, doing different type of, zigzags and all kind of craziness. If that's what you're doing, he's going to fit you perfectly. But me, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm going to ask you to please go ahead and like the video, go ahead and subscribe, turn on post notifications, and join me soon via Twitch. Look in the description. Hit that Twitch button, bro. Come over there, follow me, sub. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time, man. Enjoy your day. One love.